Live from Juba, on air and online.
This is iRadio News.
Hello, good morning. This is iRadio News. First, here are the headlines. Religious leader Stephen Ameo Cardinal Mula has called on South Sudanese to embrace love and unity as the foundation for building a better nation. The Islamic Council of South Sudan has declared this day as the first day of the holy month of Ramadan following the sighting of the crescent moon. And also about 100 U.S. soldiers have arrived in Nigeria to train the West African nations' armed forces and help them with intelligence in their battle against growing security threats from Islamist militants and other armed groups. These stories and more coming to you in this news bulletin with me, Lasuba Memo, and now the news in detail. Religious leader Stephen Ameo Cardinal Mula has called on South Sudanese to embrace love and unity as the foundation for building a better nation. Cardinal Ameo, who is also the head of the Roman Catholic Church in South Sudan, made the appeal on Sunday while addressing Christian faithful during the centenary celebration of Our Lady of Mercy Parish in Dame Zubair, Raja County of Western Bahr el Ghazal State. He warned that division within society undermines development, adding that communities consumed by internal conflict often waste their energy on destructive actions instead of productive work. The Cardinal said, and I quote, "We have to work for goodness in our society and in our church. There must be goodness among the people with cooperation among ourselves. We must not hate one another because of tribal differences. We must overcome the divisions we have even within the government because we all come from the same South Sudan for which we struggle against injustice," end quote. He reflected on the historical significance of Dame Zubair, describing it a place that witnessed suffering during the slave trade era. Amir said the freedom enjoyed today is a result of sacrifices made by past generations. Also attending the celebration was Sharif Daniel Sharif, the governor of Western Bahr el Ghazal State. He commended the church for supporting vulnerable communities and complementing efforts, especially in areas where state capacity is limited. The Islamic Council of South Sudan has declared this day as the first day of the holy month of Ramadan following the sighting of the crescent moon. In a statement issued through its General Secretariat and Crescent Moon Sighting Committee, the Council confirmed that verified reports of the Ramadan crescent were received on Tuesday evening in accordance with recognized Islamic legal standards. Based on the confirmed sighting, the Council announced that Ramadan 1447 AH will officially begin today across South Sudan. The Council urged Muslims nationwide to observe the holy month with devotion through fasting, prayer, charity, and acts of compassion. It also prayed that Ramadan brings peace, stability, and blessings to the country and the wider Muslim community. Ramadan is observed by Muslims around the world as the month of fasting from dawn to sunset, a spiritual reflection, and increased worship. The governor of Central Equatorial State, Emmanuel Adil Anthony, has ordered the immediate restoration of electricity services in Yei town following a technical assessment of the Yei Electricity Corporation. The directive comes after a state ad hoc committee submitted a comprehensive report on the facility's status after a week-long evaluation. The assessment team led by John Bullen, the Director General of the Ministry of Housing, Lands and Public Utilities, examined the condition of the plant. The technocrats evaluated the machinery and the maintenance history required to bring the facility back to life after years of being offline due to past conflict. Yei holds a unique place in the nation's energy history as the first town in what is now South Sudan to receive a public power grid following the 2005 Comprehensive Peace Agreement. The project was a significant milestone, officially opened on October 1st, 2009 during a ceremony at Yei's Freedom Square. The Yei Electricity Corporation was originally supported by the U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID. The American non-profit National Rural Electric Cooperative Association International managed the installation, which included a street light grid covering Freedom Square and the Central Market. The system consisted of 87 poles and 25 street lights powered by the central generator. However, a recent visit by iRadio in August 2025 revealed the extent of the decay. Years of conflict and neglect have taken a toll on the infrastructure. The governor emphasized that bringing reliable power back to Ye is a critical step for the area's socio-economic recovery. This is iRadio News. And now to the international scene. About 100 US soldiers have arrived in Nigeria to train the West African nation's armed forces and help them with intelligence in their battle against growing security threats from Islamist militants and other armed groups. The troops and equipment had landed at an airfield in the northeastern state of Bauchi. Nigeria Defense spokesperson Major General Samaila Uba said. He reiterated that the U.S. personnel would not be engaging in combat operations and had come at the request of the government. This is the latest sign of military cooperation between the two countries following the Christmas Day air strikes launched by the U.S. on two camps run by an Islamist militant group in northwestern Nigeria. The family of ex-Zambian President Edgar Lungu, who died in South Africa last June and is yet to be buried, have dismissed allegations he was poisoned. South African police also want custody of his body as part of their investigations, according to the late politician's family. In a letter to the police seen by the BBC, their lawyers say the family are cooperating with criminal proceedings but maintain the allegations are unfounded and unsupported by credible evidence. It is the latest twist over the fate of Lungu's body, which remains in a morgue in South Africa and has been subject to an ongoing legal battle between his family and Zambia's government over where he should be buried. This is iRadio Morning News, and to end this bulletin, here's a recap of the headlines. Religious leader Stephen Ameyo Cardinal Muller has called on South Sudanese to embrace love and unity as the foundation for building a better nation. The Islamic Council of South Sudan has declared today as the first day of the holy month of Ramadan following the sighting of the crescent moon. And about 100 US soldiers have arrived in Nigeria to train the West African nation's armed forces and help them with intelligence in their battle against growing security threats from Islamist militants and other armed groups. That's the end of iRadio Morning News. If there is a story or an event you'd like iRadio to cover or report about, please send us a text message at +211 925 287 870. It's also a WhatsApp number. Follow us on X at iRadio Juba. Like our Facebook page, iRadio, subscribe to our YouTube channel at iRadio South Sudan. You can also visit our website and listen to us online at www.iradio.org. Stay tuned for the news in Arabic at 8 o'clock. I'm Lasuba Memo. Thank you for listening.